he was accessory to the murder of Lilly and Jack. They were all.
So all of the questions assumed that the children are no longer alive?
Yeah.
There were no questions at all about, did you take them somewhere? Could they be somewhere?
No.
So we got on to questions about the polygraph test. The interviewer says, okay, you mentioned you offered to take a polygraph test. He says, yeah. Did RCMP take you up on that? Yes, they did. Straightforward answers. And how did that unfold? That unfolded in my favour. They obviously know I wasn't lying about anything. That's an interesting set of words, okay? They obviously know. Obviously is a convincing word. It doesn't need to be there in the sentence at all. It would have the same meaning if he said they know I wasn't lying about anything, but it's the obviously word. It's convincing us. It's, hey, they obviously know I wasn't lying about anything. It's obvious I wasn't lying about anything. It's put in there to convince us that they don't believe he was lying about anything. So that is trying hard to show the results of this. To know I wasn't lying about anything. Wasn't is in the past tense. Number one, that is not to say that he's not lying now in the present tense. It's just in the past he wasn't lying about anything. Again, I'm not drawing anything majorly suspicious about this. I'm picking up data points about what he's saying. I know that I wasn't lying about anything.
What if the man you trusted to protect your children was the one who made them vanish? Two beautiful souls disappeared without a trace from their quiet home in Pictou County, Nova Scotia. No forced entry, no screams, no witnesses, but one man was there, their stepfather, Daniel Martell. And now, the question echoing across Canada and beyond is chilling. Did Daniel Martell kill Lilly and Jack Sullivan in cold blood? Or is something more sinister hiding in the shadows of this broken family? Tonight, we open the case file everyone's been afraid to touch, peeling back the layers of silence, suspicion, and psychological warfare. And trust me, what you're about to hear will shake you. But before we dive in, I need your help. If you care about truth, about justice, about finding out what really happened to Lilly and Jack, hit that subscribe button right now. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers in the next 7 days so we can bring this case to even more eyes and keep the pressure on. Your click is not just support, it's a statement. Because if we don't keep talking about this story will disappear, just like they did. This is not a case about strangers. This is about what happens when the danger is already inside the house. Within hours of the 911 call, the search began. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police launched a full-scale Operation Air Surveillance. Canine units, divers, drones, every inch of the rugged Nova Scotian wilderness combed. But there was one problem. No trace of Lilly or Jack, no clothes, no toys, no footprints, no blood. It was as if the forest itself had swallowed them whole. Over the next few days, the search expanded. Multiple agencies joined forces. They combed lakes, drained swamps, searched miles of thick brush. 50 interviews were conducted. 488 tips poured in. Polygraphs were administered. Surveillance footage analyzed frame by frame, but still nothing. And the person most closely tied to the children was stepping into the spotlight. Daniel Martell, their stepfather, not only agreed to a polygraph, he demanded one. His recollection of the moment is now infamous. He says the examiner looked him dead in the eyes and asked, "Did you kill Lilly and Jack?" Martell passed. He handed over his phone, his GPS history, and gave multiple on-camera interviews. But public opinion was already turning. On social media, hashtags like hashtag where are Lilly and Jack and hashtag justice for the Sullivans were trending. Comment sections boiled with anger. Some said he was acting. Others called him a scapegoat. Then came the grandmother's heartbreaking statement. Through tears, she described the terrain. Jagged hills, deep forest. They couldn't have just wandered off. They were scared of the woods. She said Jack still slept with the light on. Experts weighed in. Psychologists on podcasts and forums, like True Crime Society, noted Martell's calmness. Some praised it, others called it chilling. His behavior was cooperative, yes, but emotionally muted. Body language analysts questioned his tone. TikToks broke down his eye movements. Reddit threads dug into his timeline. And yet, despite every lead, every effort, the children were still gone. Which leaves us with one terrifying question. If Daniel Martell is telling the truth, then who or what took Lilly and Jack? The investigation remains open, active, but agonizingly cold. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police continue to urge the public to come forward. A $150,000 provincial reward is on the table for any tip that leads to answers. But the silence is deafening. So what really happened? Could it have been a tragic accident? Did the children wander off unnoticed into the unforgiving terrain? Could it have been abduction by someone known? Or a stranger slipping in and out unnoticed? Or was the danger closer than anyone wants to admit? RCMP hasn't ruled anything out, and that vacuum of certainty has fueled a flood of theories. As the days dragged on, hope turned to anger, and that anger had a target. Daniel Martell. On Facebook, Reddit, and TikTok, his name spread like wildfire. Clips from interviews were dissected, his voice analyzed, his tears questioned. Was this a grieving father figure or a man hiding in plain sight? But the firestorm didn't stop with Martell. Indigenous leaders from the Sepeknikotik First Nation raised a bold accusation. Why wasn't an Amber Alert issued the moment these children went missing? They called it a failure of the system, and a dangerous one. They demanded accountability not just from Daniel, but from law enforcement itself. Across Nova Scotia, the air was thick with fear and fury, but legally, nothing. No arrests, no charges. To this day, the case remains officially unsolved, filed under missing persons. But that hasn't stopped the court of public opinion. So let's ask the uncomfortable questions. What if Daniel Martell didn't do it? What if what we're seeing is not guilt, but grief? Psychologists suggest that trauma can cause detachment, dissociation, even emotional flatlining, but others argue the opposite. They point to micro-expressions, inconsistencies in his language, his focus on clearing his name, not on mourning the kids. Is that self-preservation or cold calculation? And here's where the lines blur. Could Martell be covering up a terrible accident? Could he be protecting someone else? Or could this entire case be about something no one has even imagined yet? Because right now, there's no body, no confession, no closure, just questions. And the next one is the hardest yet. What comes next? It's been months since Lilly and Jack Sullivan disappeared, and still, no arrests, no charges, no trace. Some whisper about suppressed evidence, items collected and never logged. Others believe members of the community know more than they're saying. A few even claim early forensic leads were ignored, that the original search wasn't thorough enough. Let us be clear. These are speculative theories, not facts. But in the absence of answers, speculation breeds like wildfire. And here's the truth that cuts deeper than any theory ever could. 2 children, gone. Lilly loved butterflies. Jack was afraid of the dark. They never got to grow up, never got to come home. And their mother, their family, lives in an unending loop of grief and unanswered prayers. So, if you're listening to this and you know something, even the smallest detail, you have the power to break that silence. Contact the authorities. Use the tip line. Share this story, because this isn't just a mystery, it's a plea.